Welcome to Thursday. I'm meteorologist Humphrey, and here we go again. More showers showing up. The chance of severe weather as well. I've got the answer to that question, your 7-day forecast, and a new tropical storm. All that right here, first at 4. Karen?
All right, Andrew, a massive manhunt underway after a violent felon is accidentally released from jail in Oakland County. Devastation across the border as a tornado rips through parts of Windsor. Paula.
They have been the place in the state of Michigan to help wildlife, injured wildlife. But today, they desperately need your help to continue their mission.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. We start with the storms moving through Metro Detroit, so let's get the very latest with Andrew, who is monitoring the threat for severe weather.
And Karen, these storms just popping up in the past couple of hours. You can see them here on 4 Live radar. Zooming in closer, we've got one downpour that's over downtown Detroit, light to moderate. That's why you're seeing green and yellow showing up here. As you can see, though, farther to our north, we've got some heavier storms here right over Port Huron and over portions of St. Clair and Sanilac counties, and a few more off to our west. Not quite as severe as what we had yesterday, but they will continue as we go through this evening, so be careful on wet roadways. We'll talk about this, a cool down for tonight, and sunshine on the way for the end of the week in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Right now, a manhunt is underway in Metro Detroit after a prisoner convicted of a violent crime is accidentally released from the Oakland County Jail. Jason Colthorpe joins us now from the newsroom with the very latest. And Jason, everyone's wondering, how in the world did this happen?
That's the million-dollar question right now, Karen. We know 25-year-old Johnny Rogers was in Oakland County for a court appearance, and after he faced a judge, he was supposed to be returned to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections. That never happened, and instead he was wrongly released from jail. This is who the Department of Corrections, State Police, and the U.S. Marshals Service are looking for right now. Rogers was serving time in Jackson for committing assault with intent to murder back in 2014. He was in Oakland County, as we said, to face these new charges of a concealed weapons case. However, after the court appearance, he was let go. And last seen after showing up at his mother's house last night in the area of 7 Mile and Livernois. We asked the Oakland County Sheriff's Office what you just asked me, and everybody's wondering, how could this happen? Take a listen.
For whatever reason, we have a process in place. 2 deputies in the booking area always review the file before anybody's released. We don't know what the breakdown is. There is an internal investigation ongoing as to what occurred. He shouldn't have been released. He should have been, the file says MDOC detainer right on it. Again, we have 2 people that check it so things like this don't happen. I don't know what happened. I can just tell you it's human error.
So human error, but still, this is the guy that's out there everybody's looking for right now. Take another look. This is Rogers. Once again, he was last seen in the area of 7 Mile Road in Livernois last night. He was wearing a white t-shirt, blue jeans, and Timberland boots. A $1,000 reward is also being offered right now for information leading to Rogers' capture, who is considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. If you see him, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Calling Crime Stoppers, you will remain anonymous. Karen?
All right. Thank you, Jason. Live in the newsroom. Let's now move to Dearborn Heights, where 2 sisters have been killed in a crash at Van Born and Beach Daily. We're told Samantha and Heidi Fox were inside a Ford Focus that ran a red light and then was hit by a semi-truck, which pushed the car several hundred feet down Van Born Road. Dearborn Heights police are investigating the crash this afternoon. Cleanup is underway in the Windsor area after a tornado rips through southwest Ontario. The tornado hit about 7 o'clock last night, damaging houses and businesses and bringing down trees and power lines. Our Nick Monticelli is talking to families impacted in Windsor, and we'll have their stories tonight on Local 4 News at 5 o'clock. A pregnant woman is gunned down on the city's west side, and now police are searching for her killer. It happened just after 11 last night on Crocus Lawn, just north of Chicago. Officers say 21-year-old Bianca Lyons was getting out of her car when she was shot 5 times. She was rushed to the hospital. Her unborn baby boy died in the ER. Lyons passed away several hours later. Investigators have towed her car and are searching it for evidence. Today, a Flint judge refused to dismiss the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office from a sexual assault case involving former MSU basketball star Mateen Cleaves. Cleves is charged with sexually assaulting a woman at a motel last summer. His attorney argues the woman was a member of the Wayne County Sexual Abuse Task Force and that county prosecutors should not be included in the case. Wayne County prosecutors say there is no evidence to support the woman ever worked for or with them. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world on your Thursday afternoon. In Italy, rescuers are scouring towns in search of survivors after a 6.2 earthquake devastated parts of the country. The death toll is now up to 250 as hundreds more are injured. In a town near Rome, rescuers pulled a 10-year-old girl from the rubble after being trapped for nearly a day. Firefighters are now escorting families to their homes to get what they can as powerful aftershocks roll through the region. Moving now to Afghanistan, at least 14 people are dead, dozens more wounded after gunmen stormed the American University in Kabul. The attack lasted for 10 hours and caused 160 students and teachers to barricade themselves inside classrooms. 7 of the victims were students and 1 was a professor. The State Department says none of the victims appear to be Americans and have condemned the attack. Big automotive news today. Volkswagen announced it has reached a deal to compensate 650 U.S. dealers in connection with the company's diesel emissions scandal. While the final settlement wasn't released, the deal is expected to pay the dealers more than $1 billion. In order to buy back 475,000 vehicles. The settlement comes after the German automaker admitted it installed software to cheat emissions tests in 11 million diesel vehicles. One of the state's biggest wildlife facilities is in danger of closing right now. The clinic over at the Howell Nature Center is taking care of more than 2,000 wild animals, but they're at capacity. As Paula Tutman reports, if they don't raise more funds soon, they may not be able to care for any more animals.
I want to show you something absolutely spectacular. So take a look at these American bald eagles. Inside, I guess you could kind of call this a long-term care convalescent enclosure. Jefferson fell out of a nest as an eaglet nestling and broke his wing. Liberty struck by a car and found on the side of the road near Monroe. These 2 symbols of freedom will never be free again. They are permanently disabled. But because of the Howell Nature Center in Howell, these majestic creatures will survive.
We've got 9 fawns right now in our care.
Are they orphaned?
Yes, they were orphan fawns. Mom gets hit by a car. The baby comes in.
Whoppy the beaver was flown in from another state. 2 bullets are still lodged in his head. Brain damage is what makes him cuddly and friendly. He too can never be released into the wild.
Hi, bud. He likes to have his chin scratched.
For 34 years, the Howell Nature Center has been receiving injured animals. Licensed by the DNR, ideally, they rehabilitate the animals in the wildlife clinic and get them back into their natural habitat. Those disabled by their habituation to humans can stay.
And what happened to these 3 deer, people take them home, try to raise them themselves, and then they become bonded with people, which is a permanent injury. A fear of humans is critical to a wild animal's survival.
But for the first time in the Animal Care Center's history, they are out of money. A bumper crop of animals this year, close to 2,400 by the end of July. They have, for the first time ever, had to shut their doors to incoming animals.
So we closed the clinic behind me here for a 1-week period, which will allow us to catch our breath, catch up, and cut some costs.
So what happens if they don't get funds quick? The Nature Center might have to charge an intake fee, which would be a deterrent to Good Samaritans, or they could only remain open to a small number of species, turning others away. The offshoot, road injuries would become roadkill. Injured wildlife from every corner of Michigan would suffer and languish. Thousands of animals that currently have a place to be received and be rehabilitated and given a shot at being wild again could simply go away. So here's the bottom line. These folks need money, and it's not like they need a lot of money. I mean, even just a couple of corporate sponsors or any donation would help. They pretty much stay afloat with about $150,000 a year. They're usually about $30,000 in the hole. Their immediate need right now to stay open is $15,000. So we're going to put information on how you can get involved, how you can donate on our Facebook page, or rather my Facebook page, Local 4 Paula Tutman, as well as our website, clickondetroit.com. They need money now so that this can continue. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Paul, and we sure hope a lot of people respond to that donation need. Ahead first at 4, a celebrity is now the proud owner of a home in Detroit. Who is moving into the neighborhood and why he's no stranger to the city? Also, Amazon is planning to make a big move to compete with grocery stores. What it's doing to make shopping more for dinner a little more convenient for you. Kimberly.
Karen, good afternoon. There are new concerns about the Zika virus after cases are on the rise in Florida. See what the state is doing to fight the outbreak that not every community is happy about.
Bruce Jenner's coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
If you're getting rid of your old cracked phone and upgrading to a new one, the question is, what do you do with this guy right here? Coming up in my Help Me Hank Consumer Alert, we're going to show you how to actually make money while keeping your information secure. That story, new tonight.
All right, look forward to that. Thank you, Hank. Andrew is back. Our eyes are to the skies. We've got a lot of glass roofs on our station here, and I could just see it's getting dark.
Yeah, you can see the dark clouds start to take over the area. You can even hear some of the rain in some parts of the area too. Fortunately, the rain not as heavy as what it was yesterday, but we still have that marginal risk of severe weather, so we're still on the lookout for it. There are no watches or warnings right now, but we've got some downpours developing. Take a look at 4 Live radar. Here's that one shower that's right on top of us, right over the city and right over Windsor. You can see the areas of deep red right here. That's where the rain's coming down in buckets. Fortunately, it's over a very localized area. And scattered showers stretching from St. Clair County to northern Oakland County. These showers right here around Oxford and around Ortonville, these are traveling almost due east. So places like Romeo, northern portions of Macomb County, you'll be seeing some of these downpours or feeling them within the next 10 to 15 minutes. You had a heavier shower, thunderstorm activity, which has now traveled from Port Huron over to southern Ontario, but more scattered showers off to our west. Now, with this said, we still have at least a marginal risk of strong to severe storms, heavy downpours, frequent lightning, winds that could be damaging. But I gotta tell you, this risk has been decreasing and decreasing and decreasing since yesterday. So that's some good news. Still want to be careful on what roadways for the afternoon and for this evening. In your 4-zone weather, temps in the 60s later on tonight. We get a pretty nice cool down. Low 60s from Dundee over to Tecumseh. Temperatures around 63 overnight. Western zone west of 275, 61 to 62 from Milford over into the Howell area. North of Hall Road in our northern zone, low 60s as well, with drier conditions to greet you later on tonight, mainly by midnight and afterward, and certainly by tomorrow morning. But 87 steamy degrees right now, with it feeling like 93. Still feels like the tropics. Speaking of which, we have a new tropical storm. This is Gaston. It is over the Atlantic, away from any land masses. Disturbance number 1, still watching that over the Bahamas and parts of the Caribbean. We'll see if that develops. But Gaston right here has winds of 70 miles per hour at last report. It's still going to travel over open waters and come nowhere near the United States. That's how it's looking right now. It could turn into a hurricane over the next couple of days, and we'll monitor that track very closely. Let's focus in on our local weather once again. 87 degrees right now for our friends over in Mount Clemens. Same 86 degrees over in Ann Arbor. So it certainly looks and feels like summer. But by midnight, any showers that are around now will be gone. We've got a cold front which passes by, and it mainly ushers in drier air. Not necessarily cooler air because we have temperatures in the 80s tomorrow, but it will be sunnier for tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at 64 degrees overnight tonight. Sunset is at 6:53. We're dealing with these showers now for the afternoon commute and dinner time. 85 tomorrow, Karen, with 86 tomorrow with partly to mostly sunny skies. 85 on Saturday, that's looking good. Then the next chance of rain on Sunday, and 80s into next week.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Let's talk good health. There's some growing concern right now in Florida after a second person in Palm Beach County contracts the Zika virus from a mosquito there. The number of non-travel related cases in Florida now stands at 43, with most of them occurring in Miami. Kimberly Gill is here with a look at the latest efforts to fight the virus before it spreads. Kim?
Yeah, and it's already spreading. You mentioned more than 40 cases of homegrown cases in Florida. There are 2 fronts in this battle, Karen. 1 in Florida, where the focus is on eliminating as many mosquitoes as possible, and 2 in the lab, where researchers are racing to make a vaccine. Experts agree a vaccine will ultimately be the best way to protect against the Zika virus. 20 companies around the world are trying to be the ones to develop that vaccine. Human testing has already begun in the United States. Inovio Pharmaceuticals is looking for 40 volunteers to take part.
It has to be fully informed consent. They are told about all the potential side effects.
Until a vaccine is proven safe and effective, the best defense against Zika is avoiding potentially infected mosquitoes. But some Florida residents are worried the pesticides being sprayed could pose a larger health risk than the virus itself.
They're spraying while we're out walking, we're sitting at sporting events.
Lori Marshall lives in Naples. Her concern involves a chemical called Nailid. It's banned in Europe, but it's being sprayed in parts of Florida. Residents understand the dilemma.
If we spray, it's potentially harmful, and if we don't, there's the chance that people could come down with the virus.
The EPA says Nailid is safe in small doses. In higher quantities, though, it's been linked to difficulty breathing, dizziness, nausea, tremors, and behavior problems.
Well, let's take a look at what we're spraying with. This is a very toxic chemical.
Seems to be a catch-22 situation here, but mosquito control officials say they have used that pesticide Nailid safely for decades. But with kids back in school in Florida, Miami-Dade County announced it will suspend aerial pesticide spraying on weekdays and spray only on an as-needed basis on the weekends from now on. Karen?
All right, thank you, Kimberly. Ahead first at 4, the highest paid actors are revealed, and some of the names might surprise you. Also, Amazon is in the works to directly take on grocery store chains, what they're doing to make it easier than ever to shop for food while you're on the go. Time now for a look at today's top trending stories. Amazon is now in the works for a click and collect service involving drive-up grocery hubs. USA Today is reporting the service would let customers buy online and then drive to a designated area to pick up their order. Possible locations to begin the service may be in Northern California and Amazon's hometown of Seattle. Amazon has not commented on the report. This story is getting a lot of attention today on Click On. Skateboarding legend Tony Hawk is the latest celebrity to buy a home in Detroit. The 48-year-old recently purchased a 120-year-old home in Detroit's Woodbridge neighborhood. Hawk is no stranger to the D. Back in 2013, he donated $30,000 to a skate park. Shortly after the news broke about his home purchase, well, Hawk posted a picture of him skating at that Woodbridge skate park. Now, this is kind of a surprise. The highest paid actor of last year has been revealed. The Rock is the top earner. According to Forbes, The Rock took home $64.5 million last year, giving him the top spot and replacing last year's #1, Robert Downey Jr. #2 is Jackie Chan, who took home $61 million. #3 is Matt Damon with $55 million. And rounding out the top 5, Tom Cruise and Johnny Depp. Well, Olympic champion Katie Ledecky, look what she's up to. Yeah, she threw out the ceremonial first pitch at the Washington Nationals game last night. Got some help from an MVP. Take a look. Before her pitch, she handed her 5 medals to National star Bryce Harper. She's being very careful with those, and then she takes the mound. Pretty darn good. The Olympic hero said she'd been practicing, and it showed, firing the throw right over home plate. The 19-year-old starts her freshman year at Stanford in just a couple of weeks. Coming up on Local 4 News, first at 4, we will have Olympic champion and Canton native Allison Schmidt in studio. Schmidt is an 8-time Olympic medalist and won a gold and silver medal in Rio. All right, coming up next, we reveal the winner of the Best American Dining Restaurant in our vote for the best. Stick around for that.
2 schools merge, leaving 1 head coaching job for 2 great coaches. One is a man, one is a woman.
You cannot make gender a factor, period.
The committee picks the man for the job. People complain. The man loses the job and the woman is hired.
Did they tell you it was because she's a better coach or because she's a woman?
Kids and parents say college scholarships could be at stake. Was this a messy miscommunication, gender discrimination, or something else? The Defenders tonight at 11.
If you think Finally, first at 4, we want to tell you about J. Baldwin's over in Clinton Township. They've got reason to brag tonight.
Oh, you got that right. J. Baldwin's has been voted Best American Dining in our very own Vote for the Best Awards. Way to go.
Oh my gosh, and if you're looking right here, this is amazing. We got bread pudding, blueberry with white chocolate. Here is a kale farro salad, which looks delicious, and a margarita pizza.
Karen, right in front here, we got calamari. Oh, that's one of the best of the bunch. And you got lamb chops right here. Who can go wrong with that, right? This is why they were voted Best American Dining. dining right here in Detroit and Southeast Michigan.
The restaurant opened 12 years ago. It's been a big hit in the area. The menu features everything from seafood and steaks, stone-fired pizza, craft burgers, and it changes seasonally. So that's kind of good. You get a new taste for different things.
Great variety, something for everybody.
Congratulations to them. Well, thank you so much for joining us. First at 4, we are back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is next. Time for you to eat.
Yeah, here's a plate. 2 of them.